Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Force the Community. Tonight I'm going to be joined by no one other than Anthony Medvez. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. A little tired.
Likewise.
Finally getting this going. As just a quick shout out to Medvez up here. Fun fact: he was actually the only L0 to score perfect on the Rule Advisors test. So much so that he decided to troll me on the last answer and purposely marked it wrong. Things I'll never forget.
No penalty. It's been a long night.
So tonight I have kind of a special brew. For those that don't know, Kelly Harris, she's in the Forceful US group. She absolutely loves Dracula. If you've been in the group for any amount of time, you would know how much she loves Dracula. So tonight we're just playing a Dracula brew. Nothing too spicy about it. Of course, we have to have vampires to flip Dracula for conditions, so we're playing 4 Scions, 4 Lauras as the main engine of the deck. And then you'll notice we have a very high focus on Artemis and Demon Flame, simply because we need to play kill all the resonators, again, to flip Dracula. The spicy choices are the Regalia that we added. Obviously, Swiftness is good, the target attack off Artemis is good, and Mary Bell helps against Death Sights or just prevents the 200 damage to Dracula, which can be very relevant in some cases. And then, of course, just some Dual Truths and Blood-Sucking Impulses for Dracula when he is flipped for absolutely all the shenanigans. I'm going to pass it over now to Medvez, who's going to talk about his list for a bit.
All right. So basically, I've always wanted to build a Were-Rabbit deck ever since I first started playing the game. So I'm going to be running Little Red Riding Hood, Mono Blue Were-Rabbits.
All right. What kind of spicy cards do you have?
Honestly, nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Let's see really quick. Four Campanella, 4 Pale Moon, Etna's Death. The only recent card basically is Death Scythe, just to prevent against the ever so likely Bahamut matchup, which is still kind of a thing in my area for some odd reason.
Wow.
Swordsman of the Full Moon, Yin and Yang.
All right.
Oracle, just literally just straight up Were-Rabbits. Nothing else except, well, obviously Campanella is a fairy tale, but that's about it.
For sure. And for those who either didn't see my post or are watching this later on YouTube, just with the Twilight Wanderer around the corner and just not having, cards on Lackey yet, even though I have brewed a few lists already, definitely just want to have more of a fun night. So hopefully by this weekend, when the full spoiler is up, we'll have a Lackey update. So we'll be doing some TTW meta-based decks next week. But with a format that's about to change and everyone's going to be focused on TTW, we just wanted to have a fun night. So you are in the game, right? Yep, you are in the game.
Yes, I am.
All right, we will roll, which Control R is the why every time. Control R is the roll.
Oh!
Is that a natural 20?
Of course it was. That was wasted.
Wow. Yeah, so I rolled a 1 for those that can't see it because welcome to me playing on Lackey for always. So, all right, I'm going to draw 5 cards. Wow. Basically, these 3 cards in the front, I don't really care to see an opening hand, and even this last one's kind of sketchy, but we're just going to go for it. We're going to mulligan 4.
I'm going to mulligan 1.
Wow. We got punished.
All right.
All right, set ruler. And up to you to start.
Go figure. All right.
That feeling when Demon Flame doesn't hit J Resonators. Whoops.
Play Oracle.
Ooh. Oh, man. I just love the art on that card.
The card is fantastic, and I just wish Were-Rabbits were a thing.
You and I both. I'm going to play this. Not really that scared of a 200-200. No point in showing that. Yeah, we're just going to say go, unfortunately. We have Too many spells, not enough resonators, which is a classic problem for Dracula. I guess I should probably just highlight all your cards because people at home are going to be like, what in the
What's
world
that?
are these? This is what I actually probably should do, is get around to building just a couple fun decks like this to help teach new players. Like we have the demo decks and whatnot, but this might be another good idea.
For 200.
Yep, I'm going to take 200 going down to 3,800.
And another one.
Well, that's rude.
And I will I'll pass the turn to you.
Sure, I will draw. We are going to be sad because we are not going to draw anything relevant, but hey, at least on our next turn, maybe we can do something. So I'm going to play an Alvarez and just say pass.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and someone pointed out in the Twitch chat, having you bounce all my cards that have enter effects is a wee bit awkward, but hey, you know what? Let's do it.
Call for stone. Actually, no.
I'm sorry, I'm playing with your stones.
How
Just
dare
because
you.
that's where your Skype face is. Oops.
Take that.
No! Now I can't see how much will you have.
Swing for 2.
Yep. 2 down to 3,600.
Swing for 2.
Another 2. Yep. 3,400.
And then
Yep. Woof.
So she is a 8/8.
Yep.
And pass turn to you.
That is most unfortunate. So we just got the slowest of hands. Next turn. Well, we'll just see how this works out for me. So I'm going to play a Scion. So I will go back up to 38. I knew it would go down to 36.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a 900-900 thanks to Alvarez, and I'll just say pass.
Oh, why did I hit that? Hold on. 36, right? Oh, you changed it for me.
Yep.
All right. Draw. Recover.
If you right-click recover all, that'll do it too.
Call for snow.
I can show you the way.
Let's get it.
Man, I really wish Moon Attribute would have been more of a thing.
Right?
I just asked in the chat what other like fun decks would people want to see, and people are asking for Grimia. It's like, yeah, it's actually the other one I was thinking of considering building, and then I remember Dracula was a card. Yeah, that's a Pale Moon.
Swinging for 1,000.
+6, +2, +2. Yep, that's 1,000. I go to 28.
And I will pass turn.
I will draw. Cover all. I feel like there's not much for me to be gained here. Whatever. Call another stone. Name Dark.
Alrighty.
Because Avi. And they don't have lying. This card's been in a graveyard, reveal the top card. If it's where we're at, put it into your field. Man, that is just not a nice thing to do. 9, 11. I'm going to attempt to attack into your Archer of the Crescent Moon.
I will.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Yep. Just thinking about my options here. I'm going to. It's only a 300, right? 400? 400.
It's a 400, yeah.
Demon Flame it in response.
Okay.
So you can choose to do your trigger, or if you have it in response as a Demon Flame.
Nope, no responses to Demon Flame, so gonna put this in the yard. How do I do that?
Just drag it over to your graveyard tab. It's right above like where your hand is visualized at the bottom. And I'm so sorry to everyone that I'm sniffing on camera.
All right, so trigger. So how do I flip the top card of the deck?
Right-click on the deck tab. Reveal to all top 1. Yes, value. Actually, that really... I don't want to see that either.
No.
Alright, so no effect. Do you have anything else before damage?
No.
Alright, then I will pump my Scion to 1100.
Alright, R.I.P.
That seems like kind of a waste. Target vampire control deals damage to its attack to another resonator. Oh, yeah, right. Blood-sucking impulse is not a fight. You know what? Since we're not doing anything else this turn, and I know that your top card is dead, even though this is probably not the best use of this card, I'm going to try to Blood-sucking impulse on your Oracle to deal 1100 damage to it and gain 500.
Sure.
Okay. I will gain 5.
I'm not gonna bother
bouncing. That's what I was waiting for. Go ahead. And yeah, someone else pointed out I didn't actually have to tap this, but oops. But actually, leaving up the dark wouldn't have been relevant anyways. Other than pumping out my next turn, I suppose.
Mooch Dart.
Oh no, don't turn something in mine into a were-rabbit.
Campanella.
And she searches for a moon, right, by herself and put it in your field. Yep. And then she can save something when it dies. As my phone is casually blown up.
Deck, search for a moon. Yeah, how do I do that one?
Sorry. Right click on deck again. Go to reveal to owner all.
All right. There we go. Then we will. Do I want to swing at you now? Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah, because you can make it a were-rabbit, can't you? 400, 600, so that's an 800, 800 basically. if you decide to tap that.
No, I'm gonna I'm gonna.
Oh, Judgment, you mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna Judgment.
Oh, that's the thing. You didn't call for a stone. I'm just gonna. I have to do a rude thing called take control. Whoops. So people can actually see the other side of the card. Yep,
Okay.
12, 200. Sure, it's gonna deal 800 damage to Scion. He still lives. And I'm assuming I'm taking 12.
No, you're taking more.
Oh, do you have enough up for Mujar? Ah, no! Wait, is it Resonators or?
J Resonator, yeah.
Oh. Today I learned 12, 14, so 16.
16.
I'm down to 17.
And then I will pass turn and flip this bad boy back over. Go over there. There you
go. Draw. Oops. Cover all. So you can still bounce though, and then I still lose the tempo from it. That's unfortunate. How big is she? She is
1,
only
2,
a 400.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because she gets the +2 as long as I control the moon.
Yeah, but she's only a 4.
Oh no, she's not a were-rabbit. Yeah, you're right. So she's a 4.
Whew. Well, I wish my hand was spicier, but it's just not. Demon Flame it?
Yep.
Bring out this bad Mamma Jamma.
Mm-hmm.
Drop one of these. That being my only red source is super awkward. Swing for 900.
Taking 900.
Then play another one of these dudes.
Yep.
Put me to 21, you down to 23. And say go.
How big is Dracula?
He is a 1200 with Maribel's effect, so effectively a 12-4. Because value.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, how do I not take control of this anymore? Shoot. Oh well. And these seals, though, casually hit me for 16. All right, what's the play you got for me?
Thinking.
I'm totally down with just a pass. That seems fine.
Call for a stone.
Yep. All the flying. Yep. So 4, 8, 10, 12. Awkward.
And pass turn.
Sure. Draw. Roll. But I can kill the other one. So it is a +4, so it's an 800, 800? Sure. Play this because I have cards per days, apparently.
Hmm.
We're going to duel a truth into yin.
How much is that?
It'd be for 1,200 damage.
Sure.
Okay, yoink. No, I actually get that. Give it back.
No.
And that is a 4/8.
There you
Woo!
go.
So 800. So 12/8 if you pump. Sure. Swing for 900.
I'll take it.
Yep. -9. Swing for another 9.
Take it.
Sorry, everyone, for not putting my markers on this. Down another 9.
Yep.
And then, because I can't swing with this dude. And then you just block and they trade, and I'm going to steal this one too.
Yep.
Boop. Boop. Flip, 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 flip. And you have 3 cards in hand.
Yes.
What's in my graveyard? Nothing relevant. Awesome. I'm just going to say go.
Alrighty. Draw. Man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got it. But let's play it out anyway.
Sure. Man, I hope I do. Yep. Actually, wait. Convert, bounce. How much damage does it do? You're obviously flipping this.
Yeah, it
12,
does 8.
14, 16, 18. Wow, 3 points off, actually. Because you can just kill one of these and bounce the other in response to blockers, so the attack goes through.
Yeah.
Whew.
Now, see, here's what I was going to do. Add Rabbit Kick and Swordsman, but I didn't have enough mana to...
Oh, to bounce all the things?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's still good, though. So, yeah, these are both dead, and you put me to 3.
Yeah.
Then deck crack back. And then top deck another bow, because that's my life. All right, next game. So we will do a new game.
Oh, now I get the Etna. All right.
Try and remember where the button is. Reload recent deck. I'm assuming that you're going to be on the play for this one.
Yes.
All right, let's draw our 5. That is the quickest mulligan ever. Boop, boop. I'm going to mulligan these 4.
Oh, I didn't reload my deck. I'm a dummy.
Did I not put those to bottom? I just drew the same 4 cards. I think I put those to top, not bottom. Sorry if I'm casually cheating at home, everybody, but... Blech. All right, thing.
I'm gonna put 2 on the bottom.
So what do you think is going to be your new deck for Twilight Wanderer format.
Honestly, there's so much coming out in that set that I can't even think of one thing I want to do yet. It's honestly overwhelming.
Yeah, there's just like for being so hyped for 6 Sages back in the day and finally getting the which stone is it, Ruler's Memoria, and finally having that color fixing option is just huge. But I mean, there's like 4 different, probably viable. We'll see which one people end up playing or which one's played the most. Reflect decks. Sylvia is actually better than expected. Turns out built-in swiftness and not having to run Demon Sword's fine.
Yeah.
And she has some pretty nutty turns. So we can go ahead and get this started. Just
all right.
Casual, don't mind me banter in the background. But I definitely think the first deck I'm going to start with is the Alice Fairy List. Probably a Wind Light deck. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, nice turn 1 Moojart casually. Go. Our hand is just getting worse. What is my favorite deck that's coming with TTW? There's way too much to answer for that question. Obviously, everyone knows that like Valentina, the deck that I made, or I worked with a lot of people on, we made popular, has been absolutely amazing. That just gets better in the next set. Thankfully, Fire gets knocked down a notch just by a little bit. By sheer reprinting of cards, obviously Fire gets weaker. I assume you're not attacking, right? So I can just go to my turn? All right. My super boring turn. Name Dark. Go.
End of turn.
Yep. But yeah, so decks that I'm going to work on / want to do.
Discarding.
Yep.
Swordsman. All right. Draw.
But yeah, Reflect Yamada is probably just another deck that I want to put time into. I mean, Reflect 6 Sages, Reflect Combo. Obviously, everyone's talking about Reflect Aggro. There's just a lot of good stuff coming out.
A lot of people in my group are very, very hyped about Reflect.
I mean,
I don't blame
them. I don't either. I will not be surprised at all if we see a full top 8 of Reflect decks at the first WGP. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying with the versatility of that card and the different ways that you can build it is just absolutely insane.
So we'll do this, and I'll swing in for
4.
4. Yeah.
36. All set.
Go ahead.
Draw, recover, still sadness. See if I can tap. Cyan, drain 4, gain 4, go.
Sure. End of turn. Use Night of the New Moon.
Yep. Wow, someone's really discrediting Dark Alice in Twitch. She has a very, very strong.
I'm going to discard Death Scythe.
Oh, that's value. I hear you can get that back at any time.
All right. Draw for turn.
Yep.
All right. Before recovery, I'm making your Scion a Were-Rabbit.
Sure. That's unfortunate.
Over stone. Tap Moonshade for blue.
So lose 200. Yep, 34.
Yeah, I misplayed that one. Whoops. Oh well. You're still tapping Moonshade for blue. And that one. Well, no. Swordsman.
Yep. Bounce it to my hand, I assume.
Yep. Swinging for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. 36.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4.
32.
Go ahead.
Cover all. Yep, 100% yes. We're just going to windmill slam this while we can. Carmilla to kill Swordsman. Would like to get a little bit more value out of that, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Pass back to you.
End of turn.
Yep.
Discard Yang.
But yeah, definitely don't underestimate Dark Alice with her God Art and how good that Regalia is if you play it off the God Art.
Draw. Recover. Call for snow. Blue.
Surprise.
Tap 1. Another Oracle.
Yep.
Swinging for 4.
Taking 4.
Tap 2. Archer.
Yep. It's a lot of were-rabbits.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 11 because of Pale Moon. So 13, 13.
That's nice.
And I'll pass turn.
Sure. Draw. Cover. Well, that was nice. This card. Put some markers on it. So how big is it?
13, 13.
And none of the other ones have. So 12. You said 13, 13, sorry?
Yeah.
Okay. Blood-sucking impulse. Carmilla to... how big are they? They're 400s, pumped to 600s. And she's 1,000. Yeah, I'll hit one of the... or she's a... No, she's not a human. Aw. I'm going to knock out Campanella.
Sure.
Alright, so I'll gain 500. Graveyard. Flip this dude. Drop in Demon Sword, drop in Maribel.
Jeez.
I will then tap for an activation to effectively make Dracula a 14, 14. And I will target attack into the Archer.
response. I'm gonna tap Knight.
Yep.
Discarding Heavenly Feathered Robe.
Sure.
If anyone wants to know what that does.
I miss treasury items.
He's how big is he?
He's effectively a 14/14 with the Demon Castle, Maribel, and Demon Sword activation.
Okay. I'm gonna tap for blue.
Yep.
Banish Pale Moon and return it to my hand.
Sure. So attack fizzles, nothing spicy. I really don't want to give you a free something off the top. And I can buff this to a 12 as well. Yeah, I'm just going to say go.
Alright. Draw. Cover.
Isn't Regalia fun?
So much fun. Tap 2. Campanella.
Yep.
Search.
Yep.
Swing 4.
Take 4. Since you just played the moon, it makes my life really awkward.
Swing another 4.
25.
I'll J activate.
Yep. Flip. 800 damage to Carmella, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep. So
even though she stays alive.
200 left.
Tap blue, banish bouncer.
Oh, Carmella, you mean? Yep. Goes my hand.
Swing in for 12.
Yep. I go to 13.
Alright.
All set?
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. No. That's not how that works. Just kidding. I'm going to definitely take that 12 back. And instead, I'm going to Artemis Bow.
I almost caught you with it. Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh, man. This is almost good. Oops, I misplaced for days, folks. Don't mind me. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
All right. You sneaky guy. You're at 32?
Mm-hmm.
What's my graveyard? Oh, nothing. Nothing relevant. Tap 12 you in the air.
Yeah.
Put you to 20. That's lethal. That's not. Yeah, we'll do 4 for Mephistopheles. Speaking of Mephistopheles, I cannot wait for that new promo. And I will say go.
Me neither. End of turn. Draw. Killing me. Discard. Yen. Draw for turn. It's better.
What will our hero do? Facing down approximately infinite damage in the air.
Call for a stone. Because she's dead. Tap 2. Campanella.
Another Campanella.
Swing in for 4.
Would you have anything relevant that has haste? Oh, no, because you can put something into play, right? No, I'm definitely taking 4. Yep, taking 4.
4.
Yep, taking 4 again.
Blue. Blue.
Blue. Blue.
Swordsman.
Enough, I assume.
Oh yeah, I'll take that damage gladly.
You lose 5.
And now pass turn.
God, man. Draw, then recover all. That puts you down to...
I'm at 15.
12, 14, 16. You're tapped out. That is just lethal. Yep. Carmilla, kill the Swordsman of the Full Moon.
Yep.
So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Put a... There. Swing for 14. Banish Carmilla. Untap sword. Tap sword again. To make it... Come on, put a green marker. Come on. There. Make it 1,600 damage in the air.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Sick top deck.
Was it getting any better? No? All right. My hand was kind of not drawing any like Duel of Truths or anything like that, so let's cut away to just a chat of just our lovely mugs. And let's just
no problem.
Talk for a minute about the upcoming sets. I know a lot of people were asking in the chat, so we can have just like a dedicated time now. So sorry that we weren't able to answer them, while we're playing in the middle of the game. But so how about you lead us off, Medvez? What are the main decks that what is your go-to deck the release week?
Go-to deck release week. I want to still be playing Cthulhu. I think the Prisia Resonator, the one that gains every attribute, is going to be a powerhouse, especially with the new Cthulhu, which is just
cute.
I think that's absurd. I think it's absolutely absurd. If you have 2 Prisia out, and it's like, all right, incarnate, and
have all the things. A lot of people. lot of people were saying too that that card comp was very well with Whirlpool of Knowledge, which is basically a pay 4, draw 5 cards.
Yeah. Whirlpool of Knowledge is an incredible card. Hold on one second. My favorite card, and no one plays it, is Crossroad of Worlds. Hands down. Hands down, Crossroad of Worlds.
That's a pretty trolly choice, but yeah, that's
no, it is hands down unbelievable.
Card a lot of people forgot about. But did the so I mean just for Red Black Blazer, I mean obviously everyone knows about the super rare Cthulhu because that was a very hard to miss card. What other tools did Darkfire really get for the Cthulhu deck specifically? Like I just haven't had time to brew it all.
I haven't really done any brewing, but I'm just happy that Blue finally has cards to play. Basically,
let me tell you, it's been a very long 9 months playing this game and just being like, cool. So we have Cheshire Cat. That's a card. That's a card that's not doing enough for us to have like a base blue deck. So we played nothing. But yeah, the spoilers are just absolutely insane. We were playtesting the 2-drop 500/500 Bounce of Fire Resonator, which has just been it helps out the red aggro decks matchup for Valentina. It's obviously still not like the cakewalk, but it's a very winnable matchup for red deck versus Valentina. Still probably needs like one card to help out the aggro based decks, but I mean to be fair, Vlad is still going to be a force, and Reflect is definitely going to be a force as well. And the Valentina deck has named to Vlad deck, so that definitely helps. Turns out playing things at instant speed and making having 4 Alice's soldiers, the hexproof one, the one that can't be targeted out of the sideboard is just insane. You just 1,000 body them every single turn. Feels good. Feels so good.
What do you think about Magic Matchstick with Grim?
The next Grim deck that I definitely want to work on is going to be a Wind Fire. It gets awkward because like you still need light, so it just might be light, wind, fire, kind of an aggro deck because you can do the turn 2 Hamlet still one of the best things you're going to be doing. However, if you have the accelerator, you can do a turn 3 Hamlet into Matchstick, into tapping something down, attacking, tapping another thing down, and probably hitting for 1,000 damage at that point if it's only turn 3. So that is a card that a lot of people are like, yeah, let's just jam it in red decks. Like the cards that you care about in red already have Swiftness, so that's not really relevant. So I think it's the place where that's really going to shine is either probably some Green Grim variant or the 3 Musketeers, because turn 2 Athos, 800 first strike Swiftness is just pretty good. So we'll definitely be seeing how that turns out.
I think Green got more great things, which I think is kind of unfair in a way. Kind of.
I am coming from another trading card game. I am very happy that we got a functional reprint. I'm trying to remember what the actual name is before I say what the Magic card name is. It's a
I know what you're talking about.
Fruit Basket card.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fruit of Yggdrasil. 0/800 comes into play, draws a card. If you're playing cannot talk. If you're playing the Wonder Twins, as I'm going to affectionately call them from now on, it becomes a 200 1,000 wall, which is not always going to protect you from the super aggressive red plays, but it's a very good start in the right direction for having a card that we definitely don't mind playing on too, and then we can bump up to 1,000 defense.
I think my favorite cards are probably the new beasts. They're all eagles.
America.tech.
Yeah, it's so American. It's insane. It kind of makes me mad that the bald eagle isn't the super rare, but we can't always have what we want.
They did that just to spite us.
Yeah, I know.
So if you had to pick one card, probably what would be your favorite card overall? Like there's just a lot of good cards.
My favorite card in the new set coming out?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm actually going through them all right now, and it's super awkward to pick like one specific card.
Honestly, it's probably going to be laying the foundation.
That card is going to be really abusable if people put it into the right decks, which I'm waiting to see. Like, obviously, it doesn't go in every blue deck.
Alice's world.
Yeah,
Done.
I mean it goes in your it's great in your combo decks. Like people absolutely love it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna be
Take this
playing the
one.
Yamada deck instead that plays the Humpty Dumpty combo. So you don't have
Yeah,
to.
Humpty Dumpty combo with that is absurd.
Yeah, you dodge Dark Alice, you dodge all control decks. I mean, obviously if they counter Humpty, fine, but like it's more resilient than saying, okay, I'm gonna play one spell that you have 8 counters for instead. I'm gonna play one spell that you only have 4 counters for or less. Like yes, Reflect can counter it for free if it goes super late game and all that jazz, but I think it's definitely going to be an interesting card to play around. Lay the Foundation is also another card that I want to put into Green Grim. As it's probably again only like a 1 or 2 of, like it replaces the Witch's Dagger simply because Grim can pitch a card in tutor and
Yeah.
you can throw away 2 dead cards.
I look at it like it's almost like a perfect for Alice's world. It's almost a perfect turn two. Like turn one, you put down either Morgiana or Elvish Priest. Pass turn. Your turn two. That's when you put down either the whatever you didn't play. So if you put Elvish Priest, then you do Morgiana turn two, or vice versa. Then it's an instant.
Yep.
So end of their turn, play it. Look at the top three, take one. Look at the top three, take one. Look at the top three, take one. Literally just build your combo at the end of turn two already. Like you will. It's almost guaranteed that you'll have every single card you need already, and then you just do what you do because there's no interaction really with Alice's
Nope.
world, and it's like, yep, got everything. Time for the clock to start.
So are you playing Send Back as well, so you can just rebuy Alice's World?
Send back is fantastic, and
Had a feeling.
and like, God forbid they make like obviously coming from another card game, a specific colorless card that lets you play that card for free every time you rest it.
But
Yeah, that card.
yep, I got you.
Yeah, you know. You absolutely know. Those were dark days.
Very. But yeah, as far as a single card, like again, I hate for using such what I feel is a cop out answer on this one, but with the just for what Reflect Refrain Wonder Twins is going to do for the meta, like you can build an aggro deck with it, you can build a combo deck with it, you can build a dedicated control deck with it. And obviously, over time and testing, I haven't done any testing with the new set because I just haven't had time. But surely, eventually, one of those is going to rise to the top. You're like, okay, if you're playing Reflect Refrain, they'll have their different advantages, but this is clearly the best quote unquote Wonder Twin deck. And I think that just opens up a lot of opportunities for different brewing.
Yeah. I love Reflect Refrain. Like absolutely love it. But I don't know if I'm going to play it. Not because I don't want to be like, oh, everyone else is going to play it, so I don't want to. That's not even the case. Like, granted, I'm not going to be playing it in anything outside of like locals anyway. But just, I don't know.
I was just going to say, you're probably going to be judging, right, for season 2?
Oh, absolutely. It's not even a question. I honestly do not plan on playing this game competitively ever again.
Yep, welcome to my life. I signed up for that and I didn't even know it.
I willingly signed up for it at least.
True. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Also another thing, Vivian, Lady of the Lake, the Fairy 3-drop. That is a card that I'm just waiting to see how it plays out. Fairies is going to be the first deck that I start with. It's probably going to be Light Wind and Nature. It's just so you have the counter spells for like the awkward Dark Pulse, or because you can do the Wind Sprite on turn 1 and then Vivian on turn 2, and then just start pumping out fairies from your hand. And then also keep in mind, every time that you play a fairy, through her effect, they all get plus 200, plus 200. So they have a lot of it. Because they have built-in evasion, you're going to be getting in that extra damage.
Yeah.
And I've even gone as far as thinking about March of the Saints just for the plus 300 attack buff when they all have flying anyways. So they're going to be quote-unquote unblockable compared to most things in the game. Another
What do
question
you think
came.
about Shadow?
I think it's a really cute tribe. I don't think. Actually, did we get any more? Let me
Yeah,
rephrase
that's what I was
that.
just looking at.
I don't think Shadow I don't think Shadow dot deck is going to be a thing, but cards like the two super rares or the I think one's a super rare, one's a rare. Sorry, let me dig up the names. Oh, of course these aren't in order.
Uh, Dark
Uh,
Faria,
yeah, Dark Faria, Elizabeth, um, are definitely going to be
and then Dark Rizard,
season.
or yeah, Elizabeth's a great card.
That card just has insane potential because it's a was against 400, right? Yeah. So
Yeah,
turn four, you're swinging. You have a 200 900. You kill something. It swings through for 600 damage. You untap it. You attack again. 600 900. Let's just hope you. Let's just say you have another stoning. Damage goes through. It's another. Add on to 1,000 after that. So you're doing. If we have cheap enough removal spells, that's really going to make people think about what they're blocking. This card is just has insane potential, and it has a
imagine,
amazing stamp.
imagine, imagine Elizabeth on your board going up against, like, if someone's still playing it, like Yellow Brick Road. Like, say they have like their Tinkerbell and all their other little fairy tales out, and then you just drop Awakening at the end
Yep.
and win.
Or even a Dark Pulse is the other one, since fairies is going to
Dark
be a
Pulse would be
thing.
great
Like
too.
Elizabeth in a Dark Pulse is just going to make some very, very salty people, I'm sure,
Oh yeah.
because that's like the best quote unquote turn two or turn four, sorry, play,
Hmm.
assuming that they're playing like a fairy package or, you
Fairies,
know,
or if they're even elves,
yeah.
you never know. Someone was the event that I judged this weekend. Someone was running an elf deck, and I wanted him to win so bad.
Spicy. Um, and like, yeah, that's another thing. Like, just the fact that Reflect can give either the damage buff or the free counters for the elf deck can also make that another viable choice to look into. Um, Only a couple more questions and we're going to be wrapping it up. Someone else asked, what. Oops, let me find it again. Uh, they're basically asking what older cards do you think might see play again when TTW drops?
Hmm.
Whirlpool of Knowledge. Again, if anyone's
Yeah.
feeling greedy, that's definitely a card that might see play again. Or might see play that didn't actually ever see play that I know of. Best way for new players to learn rules and prepare for tournaments.
Watch this show.
No, don't watch me misplay. That's terrible advice.
You
Um,
didn't. Well, technically, you didn't misplay. You just
Caught it late. Um, Best way for new players to learn the rules. Well, if you're watching this, you're probably in the Facebook group already. But if you haven't already, check out under the Files tab. We have a list of all the different rules, the comprehensive rules, the floor rules. There's actually rules in there for drafting and sealed events, or everyone that's looking forward to the pre-release this weekend. I know I am. That has rules in there for it as well. So basically, the best I can say is read up on the rules as much as you can, answer as many judge questions as you can, and judge as many events as you can. Experience is definitely the best teacher when it comes to becoming a judge for Force of Will. I'm trying to think what other cards where just people are just not talking about
I
that.
think too many people are talking about Sylvia.
Yeah, I mean, and some people are asking in the chat about that too.
I don't. I don't like Sylvia at all.
I think she's well. The thing about Sylvia, um, so there was a top eight deck from states, Michigan State. Sorry, we had 53 odd players, and they were playing a green blazer red aggro deck that was using the green just for rapid growths. And in that specific like situation, you literally just swap all the windstones for firestones. You play Sylvia, and you have your early game rapid growths for Lancelot, and it's just better than playing green stones with Blazer. Um, so I definitely think that's something that people are going to look into. Like, I mean, that's just the most obvious place I know to start for building a deck. It's like, cool, we take this and just like every other red deck, we change at most 10 cards. Like, I'm sorry, everyone, but the red decks are just not innovative right now. There's just uh, the card the card pool selection for red decks is so predefined that at most you have 10 cards to play around with. Like you have to play Gwyn's, you have to play Lancelot's if you're doing that like early game aggression. Snow White's an amazing card. Maybe you want to play Gareth instead by a meta choice. like after you add in all these cards, there's only so few slots you have left. So sorry, but a lot of the red decks are boring.
Susanoo is still a card.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. Susanoo is so good in so many ways. Like
I,
like that incident when I messaged you about when my friend flipped over Bahamut and then I dropped Susan and he didn't have Leviathan out and I had Death Scythe out
oh, that's sad.
and Bahamut died. But this is where it comes with me not liking Sylvia because it's almost the same exact situation with the Astral Ruler rule.
Oh, basically they just
It
only
it
have the
stays there
tap.
as
Yep.
because Astral Rulers retain name and race.
Yep.
So you're stuck with a dragon that you can't get rid of, and I'm just gonna have a handful of 3-drop Susanoo for the rest of the game, and you're gonna be really, really upset.
Yeah, that does feel pretty bad. Someone else asked, what do we think about the barrier cards? Flame Barrier, the one that adds plus 200 damage to all burn spells, and then Shadow Barrier, which is basically the anti J Ruler
Yeah.
card. What are your thoughts on those two cards?
I think Barrier Flame is, well, artwork wise, I think Barrier Flame is absolutely stunning, and I really want every stamped version of it I can possibly get my hands on.
I feel a butt coming.
But Barrier, all right, when I first saw Barrier of Shadows, I basically had an anime smile on my face. Because, all right, so main deck, I don't think it's going to be a thing. Maybe. It might be, depending on how the meta shifts. Like, if Wonder Twins do become a thing, I will 100% put 4 of them in my main deck, just so if they do flip Wonder Twins, like, oh, I would love to keep it. I would just love Reflect to be on one side the entire time.
Yeah, making it a lot harder for them to Judgment is definitely a good spot to be in.
Yeah, and then, of course, with the Regalia, too, like, say, if I highly doubt we're going to go back into another Baja format, but just in case we do have like heavy Regalia decks, it is going to save your life, especially Artemis Bow, especially Artemis Bow.
And well, that's the other thing. Like a lot of people are underestimating the Valentina deck, 2.0 that is, as being a new Regalia ruler. Like yes, there's outdoors, yes, there's very strong, but if you're not playing dark, or you don't have like a flames, which you're still playing dark by that definition, you're gonna have a really bad time trying to counter that deck.
You're doing a pizza when you're supposed to be doing a French fry. Really bad time.
But for everyone else that's asking about the Flame Barrier card, so I drafted up a burn deck like just because, and you use Bahamut, so you can use Bahamut's burn spell. Suddenly his burn spell hits for 1,000. You know, Thunders are hitting for 700s, and that's only if you play one of them. Now the other option to go with this is to play a more what's called Big Red deck that plays more mid-range red. So you play like 4 Flame Barriers and play 4 of the new Sylvia's Roar. Or no, it's I keep wanting to call it Sylvia's Roar, but that's not the right one. It's the Beat of the Phoenix's Wing or something. It's one that does feel 500 to all resonators without flying. If you combo that with Flame Barrier to deal 700 damage to everything, you're killing every 3-drop that I can think of off the top of my head that's relevant in the format. So it lets you stabilize the board, and then you can just go the straight burn package route if needed. And then, of course, Bahamut himself, if there's no one in the way, then you can get in for the extra 1,000 damage himself. You're just playing stuff like Win, 40 Thieves. You play eggs, so you can do like the absolutely nutty egg into 3 Swiftly Loot plans, which it makes that deck really hard to beat if you open the nuts and just have all the eggs and all the Swiftly Loot, so you can kill them with like 3 burn spells. It feels pretty good. Yeah, someone says it doesn't kill Fruit Basket. Well, guess what? If you're playing your burn deck, you don't care about Fruit Basket.
Nope. Not at all.
I cannot wait for Fruit Basket to be a card, though. There's just so much good stuff coming out in this
You know
set.
how pretty Fruit Basket is going to be foil?
Ooh, yeah.
Look at it. Just look at those fruits. We don't even know what kind of. They just look like. They honestly look like painted Easter eggs, but
You know, that's what I thought too the first time. And I was like, I can get behind this, I guess.
I love how vibrant the artwork of the fruit is compared to who. I can't tell who's holding them. It kind of looks like some elf. It's probably it's not Feetsing, but you could just like the artwork is. It almost looks like completely different.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting my full max rarity playset of this set. Uh,
Even Ubers.
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Ubers too. So, for those at home that don't know, I don't actually get to play this game. So, as someone who absolutely hated foils in other trading card games, this is kind of what I have to do. Um,
I finally finished my set of stamps from MOA.
ugh.
Finally. Luckily, I got all the Neurals first before they went up in price because it is.
It's a good card that took way too long
Oh,
to catch on. Yes.
that card. That card and Seth together with Rasputin and don't get me started.
Someone just asked on the topic of the metallic rares or the uber rares, as Shishido-san is calling them. What do you think about them in the set as chase cards?
I think it's good for the game because it'll make people want to buy more product.
Yep.
Me personally, I don't really care for them because I we're in the same boat. We're not going to really be playing the game. So as long as I have a playset of everything, it's fine. I don't care what the rarity is. All the cards do the same thing.
You know, if I was a smart man, I'd probably take that approach. But MOA got me hooked on stamps. I'm just going to try to grab Reflect before it's approximately $1 billion as an uber rare, and then watch as the rest of them just tank in price. But I'm getting a case. I know some locals that are opening cases. I thankfully have first dibs, so to speak, on 6 cases worth of product. So maybe we'll just get lucky and say everyone will trade Matt the uber rares, and I'll just owe people stuff forever. But mark my words, I'll have a full playset, or I'll have one of each, I guess I should say, and I'll post a picture in the Force of Will group, and then I'll cry myself to sleep that night when I realize
I don't doubt you for a second.
when I realized what it took to get there. So I mean, getting the max rarity playset, it's not that bad at all if you buy a case, and then obviously with some support with locals, but
Yeah.
getting these uber rares are going to be uber difficult, you might say.
I need my foil basic stones. That's what I really care about.
Oh my gosh, yes, man! I need 14 of those, 4 for the binder, 10 to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like, and I made a big post about it wow, last week, whatever. What year is it? About how the Twilight Wanderer is the best set ever for Force of Will, and it really, really is. You look at the power level of like the commons and uncommons that are super playable. You look at the meta changing rares and super rares. You think about all the value for people that we have God Pack. If you get a case, or let's just say you get lucky, you're getting either a God Pack or an Uber Rare, which is just pure value in a case.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of good things going for TTW, and then of course we get the starters, and I think it's a week after release, or is it the same week? I forget.
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's the same week. And my store, what I plan on doing, I plan on running an event for. I don't want the players that are already heavily invested in the game to play in the event. I want it to be for anyone that's been asking about the game.
Yep.
And give them a discount on the starters, and they just pick whatever starter they want, and they use that starter in the event, and just do packs of the new set. Packs of whatever set they want. Just go to the prize pool, and that's it. Like it's essentially like you play, and honestly, just like you get a pack for every win you get.
Yep. Starter deck challenge. 100% recommend this to people who are looking to build their locals or have a lot of interest locally for people that have been either hearing about the game or want to get into the game or what have you. I think it's definitely going to be the way to go. Having those either, right around the time the set releases would be a very smart move.
How do you think the preview events are going to go, since it's going to be Twilight Wanderer only sealed event?
Pack one, pick one, Arthur, win the whole thing. GG. That's
Yeah, basically, it's almost like how. Well, if you drafted Moon Priestess Returns, it was, if you weren't using the draft ruler, it was just, all right, well, I'm going to use Kane.
Yep.
And that's it. You lose. Unless someone got lucky and pulled a Flame of Outerworld, and that was the only answer to Kane.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting format. We did a 2/2/2 sealed at that time, and someone opened Kane, and I'm just like, all right, that's pretty good, ain't it? All right. Yeah, and
Behemoth is the reason why Crossroad of Worlds is my favorite card. Think about it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Think about it. Endless possibilities right there.
3,000 damage, just hit you in the face.
Swing with regular Behemoth. Do you block? Okay, you take it anyway. Swing with this guy. Crossroad of Worlds. Do you take it? Okay, Duel of Truth. I win.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, especially because I just recently found out that I'm going to actually be playing in the event instead of judging. I mean, I'm still going to be judging, obviously, if someone has a question, but because we're just doing draft, the shop was super chill about it, so I cannot complain. So
yeah, I'm playing in. We're doing 2 events. I'm playing in one, and I can't play in the other because the Jets and the Giants are playing, and priorities.
I feel you. So, all right, I think we're just going to wrap it up. Medvez, do you have any closing comments or anything else that you'd want to say? Thanks again for coming out on Force the Community and joining us tonight.
Closing comment. Our best card in the pre-release format, in your opinion, for Twilight Wanderer, Arthur. 100% Arthur.
Because, like, what's the only answer? Like, send back, I think. And that's assuming you picked it.
And then, it comes back. Oh, no.
Yep.
Closing comment. Twilight Wanderer, hands down, best set. Just, it like I said earlier, it's so overwhelming. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Not that it really matters, but...
I mean, I think it's definitely going to be a brewer's paradise for a bit. There's just so many options now with the commons, uncommons, and of course...
I'm more than likely just going to, instead of me, obviously I'll go to my local store and brew decks with everyone, but I'm probably just going to be on Lackey more than anything now with that set coming out. And just brewing day after day after day after day, and probably just helping other people make decks. And hopefully we have a good local scene over here in New Jersey, and I have a feeling hoping it doubles. Hoping. Just mainly because of starters.
Yeah, I think, again, starters are really going to do a lot for the game, and I know my shop's getting pretty excited for it. Like, actually, just the Valentina deck has helped get a lot of people in the game, so now they're going to be giving us a Valentina starter deck. I think is going to be great, too.
Valentina, Priscilla. I think a lot of people are going to gravitate toward Priscilla just because there's still hype behind her. I don't know why, but there is. People just like it as a card.
Because people like green stompy decks. And that's more or less what that deck is. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Evan, Soul Hunt isn't in Twilight Wanderer.
Yep.
Because for drafts, yeah, absolutely. But the pre-release is strictly
TTW.
Yeah, strictly TTW.
So then, for people playing sealed events coming up, it'd either be a 2-2 split for draft or a 3-3 split for sealed. Actually, no, how do you do it for 2 sets? Yeah, it's half and half, right?
Yeah, it's split down the middle. So draft is 4 packs, sealed is 6.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for sticking out through the end. For those that join us on Twitch tonight, thank you for keeping us company in the comments section. We definitely like to hear from the community directly every Monday night. next week we'll be back Monday night again, and I'm fingers crossed, we'll have a TTW update on Lackey. I definitely want to put either the 6 stages list together, or we'll see what other fun stuff that we can brew for next week. But I'm really hoping we'll have that. So thank you guys, and we'll join you next week on another episode of Forza Community. Have a good one.
Good night, guys.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, make sure to hit subscribe or check out one of our other video series. And don't forget to stop by the Forza Will US website for articles, a helpful database, and more.